let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Let's talk about the Houston Texans defense, right? Both of these defenses, guys, are top-notch. The Texans defense is actually ranked better, higher than the Kansas City Chiefs defense. The Texans defense right now is ranked 6th overall in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is ranked 9th overall. However, Kansas City Chiefs defense is ranked 4th in scoring defense, only allowing 19 points per game. Oh, by the way, the Texans offense only ranks 19 points per game, but we digress. And then the Texans average are they're ranked 14th points or for 14th in the NFL points scored on the defense side, averaging 22 points per game. In one-score games this season, the Houston Texans guys are 9-2 this season, including wins over the Buffalo Bills. And that's pretty much the only else they beat with a one-score game. Now, in losses this season, they are 9-2. Like I said, and those losses in one-score games are coming to the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. The Kansas City Chiefs, however, are 12-0 in one-score games so far this season. So, guys, if this game becomes a slugfest, if this game becomes a defensive battle, 10-9, 17-16, a defensive slugfest, under 20 points, under 25 points, let's get that magic mark of 25 points. If it's a defensive slugfest, who comes out on top? Do the Kansas City Chiefs come on top, or the Houston Texans come out on top? If it's a defensive battle, the Kansas City Chiefs come up on top. If it's a defensive battle, the Kansas City Chiefs come out on top. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. If it's a defensive battle, the Kansas City Chiefs come on top. Why? Because they have Patrick freaking Mahomes. No matter how good your defense has played all game long, no matter how much you shut down the Kansas City Chiefs all game long, there's the man, the myth, the legend. Some might call him the GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. This man is Nut Crunch City. This man has balls bigger than Dan Campbell's. He needs 2 wheelbarrows to haul those babies around. Guys, the Kansas City Chiefs are a better aspect of this game. It is what it is. It is what it is. The Kansas City Chiefs are that damn good. And Derek says, nope, the Kansas City Chiefs grinds all game long. Spagnola, man on man in the playoffs. Facts, baby. Facts. Jay says the Chiefs defense hasn't allowed over 30 points since the Eagles Super Bowl, versus the Eagles. Chiefs now have all their offensive weapons back. I don't see them being a close, to be honest. Jay, they give up 38 points versus Week 18 versus the Denver Broncos. Let's not forget about that. Mark D won't let me forget about it. Let's not forget about that, but you are correct. Although the Kansas City Chiefs are not scoring over 30 points in a game, their defense is not allowing teams to score over 24 points, right? Hell, even the one time they scored 30 points, I think the highest score, I think Buffalo, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers scored 26 points on them. And Deke907, what's up, Deke? That's a new name. He says, preach, brother, preach. 51-31, the last time the Kansas City Chiefs played the Texans in the playoffs. Slow it down, baby. Josh says, you read my last question wrong, but whatever. Anyhow, the Chiefs win 30-17. Sorry that I read your question wrong. My bad. WBN says, nope, the real Texans have no chance. Without Stephon Diggs, without Tank Dwell, it will be a struggle for them for sure. I can see the Chiefs defense forcing a lot of 3-and-outs, which will have the Texans defense exhausted. I don't like this matchup. And Deke says you cannot dislike the Chiefs. You can't. Well, you can. You can dislike the Chiefs if you're a Buffalo Bills fan and you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. Then I understand why you hate the Chiefs. But let's just be honest. Nobody can really hate the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs. I think you mean can't. John says, meanwhile, back on the ranch, Buck is still licking the Chiefs' balls. So, John, let me ask you this. If I wear Cowboys clothes and I'm not a cowboy, am I ranch dressing? Edgar Uranus. Are you guys still plowing snow in Uranus over there in Missouri? He says the Rams will beat the Eagles. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We will talk about tomorrow. And Laura says, slow it down, baby. The Texans can't be trash. They're still in the playoffs. Is your team in the playoffs still? Laura dropping the facts. She says, how can you be calling that team trash? Laura, I'm calling it your team now because you're the biggest Texans fan now ever. How can your team still be in the playoffs, but that team's not? Are they really trash? Are they really trash? For the record, Laura, Ant's team is still in the playoffs. Alpha Rob's team's still in the playoffs, and your team isn't. Well, I guess your team is now with the Texans. Ant says, y'all see what my Ravens did to them? They didn't even score 3 points. Slow it down, baby. In their defense, Ant, he's referring to the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Was it 31-2? I believe that final score was. In their defense, they weren't playing for nothing. I'm just saying they weren't playing for nothing. Alpha Rob says they lucky they played Justin Winston. Nash Prod says the Commanders beating the Lions would be the better upset. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Three-peat versus a team that's never been in the Super Bowl? Come on, baby. Come on. Natch says, which team has the best fight song? I don't think any NFL team has a true fight song. But the most annoying but awesomest touchdown song ever is the Detroit Lions touchdown song. They don't ever play it on TV, but if you guys have gone to a Detroit Lions game, after each score, there's a black man that sings in the far end zone. I believe it's like the South Side. They spotlight on when he scores some crazy song. It's actually kind of cool, but it's annoying all at the same time. Laura says it doesn't matter. Top defense, top offense, the Texans coming out on top regardless. So slow it down, baby. It doesn't matter. They coming in hot. And Nash says, slow it down, baby. Patrick Mahomes is not the GOAT. Nash, I think you're correct. The GOAT is a very term that's used too loosely, right? Back in 2000s and 90s when I grew up, we used the term gay all the time. You're gay, that's gay, your mom's gay, and your mom, right? It's a very, very loose term. We just used it, whatever. Everything's gay and everything is your mom. Now it's everybody's a GOAT. This is the GOAT. That's the GOAT. That is GOAT. It's a very loose term, right? I don't know, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Best quarterback in the NFL right now. It's Moosey time. Says this is actually the first one I think he's going to get beat by 15. I just don't see it. And I seen Patrick Mahomes coming before everybody. So it's Moosey time saying, are you saying that the Kansas City Chiefs lose by 15 points to the Houston Texans? It's Moosey time, guys. Is saying the Houston Texans will beat the Kansas City Chiefs by 15 points. He said he saw Patrick Mahomes coming way before anybody else did. I'm not for sure how you seeing that. Are you referring to like his sophomore year in the college? But just 15 points, baby. 15 points. Man. Laura says, here we are watching Buck ride on Mahomes nuts again. Hey. Does your team have one of these, baby? Does your team have one of these back-to-back Super Bowl banners? Of course I'm going to ride those nuts. Put that nuts right there and let me... and a Raiders fan. Laura says, I hate the Chiefs. I hate them. Hate all you want. Champions, baby. Champions. It's Mosey time. Says, I think the Texans have a defense. And yes, I'm a Ravens fan. I live right next to M&T Bank. So, Mosey, I feel like you're letting your bias speak a little bit. Yes, the Texans do have a great defense. You are correct. They actually have a higher ranked defense than the Kansas City Chiefs right now. They are the, sixth overall defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, 9th overall defense. But but slow it down. They give up a lot of third downs. They give up more points. And when you get into the red zone, they have one of the worst red zone defenses in the NFL. So they don't have this bend, don't break. They said it's either we're going to break or we're not. Either you're going to score or you're not. There is no bending at all. You get down into the red zone, have at it. And ever since the Chiefs got D-Hop, the red zone officially has been a hell of a lot better. I'm just saying. Village people, says John. John knows all about the village people. He was their biggest fan for 15 years. I've actually seen pictures of it, John. Derek says, if Spags had Derek Thomas, that would be sick. That is one man that was gone too early, right? There's a lot of people that are gone way too early, and Derek Thomas was one of them, right? Moosey Town says, and what did Baltimore do to Buffalo? We already talked about the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens for damn near 90 minutes, Moosey. We understand that they beat them back in week 4, 35-10. We also understand that they're two totally different teams right now. So that game is whatever, 35-10. Baltimore Ravens fans can bank on it, but let's just be honest. That was 3 months ago, man. That was 16 weeks ago, baby. Slow it down. That game means nothing. Alpha Rob says the Texans was so bad, Henry felt sorry and gave them 2 points. Yeah, that game was so bad. Good Lord. Alpha Rob says, come on, Buck. Justin Winston just because Herbert threw the ball like Jameis. I got it. Yeah, you're right. You did have to explain it to me. I was like, what is this man talking about? Wait, yeah. I see it. WBN says, may not be the GOAT, but I don't think that anybody can disagree that Mahomes is the best quarterback we have ever seen. And obviously I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm going to talk up my boy, right? I'm going to boast him up, right? I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the first quarter, the second quarter, or the third quarter. But if it's 10 minutes or less in the fourth quarter, Patrick Mahomes finds his mental mentality where he is better than anybody else. In the fourth quarter, 10 minutes and beyond, that man is just a dog. Now says, Moosey, what are you on? That's my man. Moosey says, yes, sophomore year in college, Patrick Mahomes is playing the bum leg, and their offense is decimated. It's up to the defense. It's going to be the defensive game. By the end of play, I played 15 years. By the way, I played 15 years. You played 15 years? Nice. And then Moosey Sound says, all right, let me say this. This is the first year I bet against Patrick Mahomes, and I've never done it before. And Moosey, my man Hoffy, always tries to bet against Patrick Mahomes. You never bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, baby. You just don't do it. You can say, yeah, a broke clock's right twice a day, right? Even if Patrick Mahomes is on one foot and their defense is decimated, he has no receivers, right? They're playing all college receivers, right? I still got to bet on Patrick Mahomes. He is a great fourth quarter quarterback. He's a great fourth quarterback. Ant says, can anybody else see all the comments, but I can't? I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be able to see it. Maybe, Ant, because this is shared somewhere. Maybe you got to go to the Man Hour page, right? Go to the Man Hour page, and then that's where a lot of people are commenting on. Laura says, disagree. Not because I hate Kansas City, but because there's no better than lifetime than Dan Marino, Manning, and Favre. I do have Peyton Manning right there on the wall. You guys can't see it. It's autographed Hall of Fame poster. Peyton Manning's very, very good, right? 13 seconds. Not wrong. Troy Miller, top fan, new fan, says, even though I don't like the Chiefs, Montana, Marino, and Troy Aikman are better than Mahomes. Slow it down. Slow it down. Not for sure why all this Dan Marino love. I mean, he was great. I mean, I did not get to see Dan Marino in his prime, right? I feel like when I started to understand football, understand the game, was 93 or 94. It was Marino playing the Kansas City Chiefs, and yeah, he lit up my Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, and like I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Like like I said, I don't really comprehend what he was doing back then, right? So maybe, right? Maybe. It's Moosey Sign says Patrick Mahomes took Tom Brady's game-winning formula, just like I've never bet against Brady. Everyone has a shot. I just don't see this year. And he took a cerebral part and said, yeah, and a field goal. Ant says, I've seen this dude win a Super Bowl with Marquise Scantley, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, and a rookie receiver named Rashid Rice. Yeah. Not wrong. Not wrong. Where are we at, guys? Oh,